Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you taking the time. Um, just to let you know a little about me and to let you know how this works. I am an intuitive spiritual teacher. I have a private membership association, so you actually have to be a member of that association to access my services and products. So, and it's a time of going into the Constitution, and that's what this is all about, is our freedom and sovereignty. And um, so we're going to have a lot more of that coming up here. And as we know that we have won the fight between good and evil, now the rest just has to play out to help wake humanity up. So that's what we're waiting on right now, is all the stuff we've been waiting on forever. So I hope you guys are ready. You should be by now, for all the chaos that could pop up here pretty soon. Don't take it seriously, but do listen, because we've been in martial law for a really long time. A lot of people don't realize that, but it's now going to appear that we are in martial law sometime soon, and it could seem a little scary. So I feel, listen to what they say. Take what they say seriously, because the good guys are in charge now. Always listen to your intuition, though, in case there's some kind of isolated incident. So we always want to stay present in the moment and listen to our intuition above everything else, every and all things else. Okay, so I picked up on some messages to share with you guys this week. One of them is, I picked a card called the Mantle of Mastery. And it says, it's time to own the power you've earned and learned during this lifetime. Accept your mantle of mastery humbly. You've never been more capable and worthy of success, love, and fulfillment than you are right now. So it's like you were born for this time, right? Whatever's about to unfold, you guys can absolutely, completely handle it. So, giving you my vote of confidence. Also, there is this entitlement thing happening right now. I mean, I was a little spoiled brat sometimes with my mom. Um, sometimes it's just an environmental thing. It's how people are treating you. You don't know any better. Uh, if your mom always acts, always tries to buy your love, whether they had money or not, it doesn't matter. But if they were always like, here, take some food, here, take some money, here, now be happy, then it just creates a psychological issue there. And so entitlement is running rampant. And one of the worst things about entitlement is that you're ungrateful, and you'll take from people without even thinking about it, without even having a conscience. It takes your conscience, basically. So what I was getting is, if we didn't have the bad things that have happened to us, we would have entitlement and spoiled brat syndrome. So the bad stuff actually makes us humble. The bad stuff actually gives us that gratitude, gives us that relief when it happens. So if everything was just handed to us and everything was just always okay, we would take it for granted. So this is one way to appreciate the bad things that have happened to us. It's not, it wasn't there. It was there to make us stronger, and it was there to help us to appreciate what we're about to be given, coming into the golden era, if you will. Okay, also, when talking about money, if that is a problem for you, if you're trying to manifest, or if you um have the abundance pouring into your life, or you're trying to have that happen, and you're saying, thank you, God, so much for all the money, or whatever you're saying, you could replace the word money with freedom and empowerment, because we are in, like I said, the last talk. God has wanted everything to be free for us. It really should just all be free. But since we're in a system, the Luciferians set up for us to have to use money to exchange this and that and the other thing to, to live somewhere, to do all the things that we do. Because we're in this Babylonian system, God is going to be soon giving us the upper hand in it. That's why they're calling it the great wealth transfer. They're going to give the power back to us, because a lot of the patriots, I guess you could say, the people who are fighting for our country, our rights, our constitution, and all of that, they haven't had the funding to do all that they could do to fight in this war. Or to even help, we've been helplessly watching all kinds of bad things happening all around us because we didn't have the means to be able to battle it, or to do it, or to remedy it, or to recover it, or whatever. So, God is now using the Babylonian money to give us freedom and empowerment. So it's not about being greedy and buying yachts and, using limousines all the time, all that kind of nonsense. It's not about being flashy. It's not, that's all Babylonian, you guys. Some people need to get past that whole, they've made money a bad thing. Money is not a bad thing. It is part of the Babylonian system, but God is giving us the upper hand to use it for righteousness. Okay. So everything's getting flipped. Everything's getting flipped upside down. So, yeah, it's like the zoo animals getting keys to their padlock, or to their padlock, to their little area. Here you go. As long as you're going to be in a gated area where you're all locked up, here's the key in case you ever want to use it and get out, or just go out for a while and come back. It's up to you now. There are no more tyrannical, people coming in and having all these rules and everything about what you're doing or whatever. Just giving us our power back, getting us out of those cages and allowing us the freedom to do whatever we want. For good. All right. And that which is still working toward bad, or, just trying to cause harm in any way to anybody, those systems are going to be failing. They're going to be failing, or their funds will get frozen. It's not going to work. So don't you worry about anyone who's stolen from you. Don't you worry about anybody who's wronged you, or money being in the wrong hands, anything like that. It's not going to happen. Okay. So this new quantum financial system is going to see to that. Anybody with any kind of nefarious intentions, people are going to see them for who they are, because they're not going to be able to do much, because they're not going to have any money to do much. So I look forward to that time. All right. So only for because there's so much duping going on right now, like left and right. I hope they'll even do it with channels on YouTube and, places that are putting out programming that, subliminal programming in shows that we watch and all that kind of stuff. Like, if it has that, it's either going to be taken out, or the show is going to be canceled. So it's going to be so cool to start seeing a more obvious, like, oh, those guys are of the dark side. Yeah, even if somebody, like, so I listened to this astrologer a lot, and I thought, oh, he's always on top of it. He knows what's going on. But he talks about, oh, there's going to be this upheaval and blah, blah, we're in those times, and yeah, we're going to have upheavals and things. But he mentioned Nasara, and he said something about it being another trick. And I was like, oh, he's of the dark side, because he doesn't understand. He doesn't know. And for somebody to be so in the know about what's going on in our world, and yet he's mixing that up like he is, acting like it could be a bad thing. That guy, he totally showed his cards in that moment. So I knew then he's giving false information. Then, as confirmation to that, I actually saw him partner up with somebody else who has put black magic on me before, and used me as a puppet in a way. And when I saw the two of them on a video together doing a talk, I was like, well, there's my confirmation. So when you're onto something like that, or when you suspect something and you're always praying, thank you, God, so much for showing me the truth in all things, then you will start to see those little things line up, and synchronicities and things. So, also, when it comes to like hearing any kind of like exciting news or something seems to be happening for someone that's like, wow, um, take everything that you hear, whether it's an extreme to the good or an extreme to the bad, just take it with a grain of salt and just stay very, very neutral. Feel into it with your intuition. And if you're getting some kind of like a mixed message or a foggy message or something like that, there's probably some kind of a lesson in it. Realize also that the little minions, the little guys that are left on the dark side, are still able to do black magic temporarily for now. They can trip you, they can give you headaches, they can, cause you injuries and accidents and all kinds of things to try to delay you or spill things or make you step in poop or whatever, they could delay things. So be protecting your car and everything, but they could be, it could be a trick that they send you a really exciting message and then you find out that it's a scam and then you're all discouraged, like, oh, that stuff isn't real. The good stuff isn't rolling out. Miracles really aren't happening. So try not to go make any conclusions. I mean, and it could very well be that you find out that it was true and that, oh my gosh, this is so incredible, and then I mean, it's such a mixed bag right now. You're getting good news and bad news, and something's going to happen on a certain day and it doesn't, and then it might have, it's all over the place. So just be like, get ready. Just get ready in whichever way you need to. Be ready and just stay present in the moment as much as possible. Um, so like I have weird things happen to me, like I wasn't present when I went to take a shower today, and I know where I put my necklace because I put it there every time I go to take a shower. And when I came out, the necklace had something on it. It had something dangling on it, and it had the thing that was dangling on it was still where the necklace should have been, but the necklace was gone. And this is the second time that the dark side has taken it from me. They must think it has some kind of power. It doesn't, but it's just a sweet thing that I love, and it just happened to hold the other item on it too. So it's just like it's just an inconvenience in a way that they kind of taunt and tease you. So just be aware of that. Just the name of the game right now is to stay present and to just stay, because I was like, dude, if I would have been present in that moment, that wouldn't have happened. I just know that it wouldn't have. So it was a good lesson to remember to stay present. And if you need any help with that, please do a private session with me and we can go into that, because it's really, really important that you understand what it is to be present in the moment and to become friends with the present moment right now. Because I feel like a lot of people are going to be enlightening, and it's going to be incredibly empowering for our earth. So by taking lack away from what we're going through, what we've been going through, taking lack out of the world, a lot of people are going to be relaxed enough and secure enough and safe enough to feel they can enlighten. It's important though that when all of this abundance starts pouring in from all these different directions, along with the shitstorm, okay, and then yay, all at the same time is happening. Um, it's good to always remember God in it. Okay, God is consciousness. God isn't the thing that everybody says in the Bible and all the pre-programs. I'm not talking about dogma. I'm not talking about like I feel so bad for people who've thrown the baby out with the bathwater. So try not to do that. And I've been working for months, like the whole last year, I was really working to help you guys heal your relationship with God and even with Yeshua. Okay. So hopefully you've watched those videos and it's helped you to feel more connected to God and made you realize just what and who he is, because he is consciousness and yet he has a personality as well. And I've read it in Anastasia about God, what she said, what she shares about him as well. Is all the Bible and the lost teachings of Yeshua. And, I studied at length last year. So God is looking out for us, but God wants to be remembered. and even for us to hold his hands even more when we're in that state of joy and abundance. So celebrate God by being present, always being present. So it's almost like a test. You can almost see it as a test. If I give you all your wishes come true, if I make all your dreams come true, do you then forget about me? Or do I then become even more important to you? You know? So, and I say that that breeds the perfect environment in which to enlighten, because you're not on edge and looking around and wondering what's going to happen next. You're relaxed, you feel secure, you feel safe, and you can enlighten, become one with God, or let God inhabit your body is really what happens. And that's the kingdom of God within us. All right, so I just wanted to tell you guys a little bit about masculines right now. It's been really annoying to see them completely duped and swindled by their karmics. And karmics don't even have to be like a relationship in their life. It can be their boss, it can be their mother, it can be their whoever. It's somebody who has total control over them, is completely has is controlling them. Is just controlling them. And it's really hard for someone to speak up for themselves and to have good boundaries with them, that kind of thing. So when I say karmic, it also includes anybody like that that's just out of line and manipulative and tricky and all of that. They're like a slippery slope that the masculines have a really tough time trying to gain traction in and get out of that. But anyway, and it's just very, very sad to see the divine masculines under complete control of people like that. You know, they're a tyrant of a different kind. Some of them, to see them get duped the way they do. It's like, it looks so charming and it looks so sweet, and sometimes they even love this person, and they're just getting completely brainwashed, and it's not even true. And it's some of these karmics are just very, very, very bad, very bad, nefarious beings that are hiding in these bodies, being incredibly manipulative, and they don't even know. And they don't, it's not that we can't call them stupid, okay? Because if we were in their shoes, yeah, who's to say we wouldn't get duped like that too? And yes, we've grown and we've matured faster than them, or we've kind of gone ahead of them in a way. Like, we've gone through a lot of the things they did first, which it's supposed to be that way, because how are we supposed to help them or have their back or any of that if we didn't go through that first, you know? So try not to judge them, and just remember a situation where you felt completely, where you felt totally controlled like that. Like, and you couldn't see through it, and you couldn't see what was. I remember having, like, one of my coworkers in this one place, I was like totally, I married this guy, and instead of getting an annulment, because I didn't know about annulments, and I was so, I was a Bible talk leader back then, and I was just like, all about the Bible. This is where the Bible screws you, or screws people. I will never get a divorce. It's the wrong thing to do. And I just like stood by this guy, and he had prostitutes, and he was stealing all my money, like every paycheck. I would even put change in soap boxes and stuff, and he would get in and find them and go spend my money and go gamble it. It was a bad situation. But yeah, in my coworker, I would cry to her every day and tell her, "Oh, it's horrible what he's doing to me, and he's making me sleep in my car every night while he's in the casino gambling." And and she was so loving and so compassionate, and she was just like, "You're worth more than this. Why are you putting up with this?" And I would be like, and that, just some of the things that they say to you when you're in that state, you don't get it. You just don't even hear it. And I mean, she repeated herself all in now looking back, I could totally see. And I feel so sorry for her. I wish I still knew her, because I would just go back and be like, man, I will do anything for you today for what you went through with me during that time, because she was just beside herself. She was so upset at the way I was being treated, and there was nothing she could do about it. She just had to completely surrender it to God, because I wouldn't catch a clue. I bet, looking back at it now too, the guy was probably doing black magic on me. So I was just in a fog, just obeying his every command until I finally got up the guts to serve him with some divorce papers and get the hell out of there. But hindsight's 2020. I'm just saying, you cannot tell somebody something that's going on if they don't want to see it, if they want to still think that illusion is what's true or whatever. So just pray for your person and just pray that they see the truth and send protection to them as best you can. And pray for the truth for yourself as well. Always pray to see the truth. Thank you, God, so much for showing me the truth in all things. Thank you for showing the one that I love the truth in this situation, and take necessary inspired action on it immediately. Immediately. That's the other thing, these masculines have to learn. The minute they get a hint of something, they need to make that call, or they need to do that thing that they're feeling inspired to do, and not just bounce it around in their head for a million years, because it'll just never happen if they keep, staying in their head. Anyway, so what I wrote down was, when the divine masculines come to the divine feminines, finally, they'll still have that fierce loyalty they were giving the wrong people, those who manipulated and took advantage of them. And now we'll see what it feels like. And now they'll see what it feels like to actually have equal reciprocation and effort given back. So that's going to be what's really kind of wow to them, is they're both people, the divine masculine and the divine feminine, are going to be fiercely loyal. And they are going to tell each other the absolute truth. And there will be no black magic being done. There will be no trickery. There will be no manipulation, no whining, no stomping feet, no any of the tricks. And they're going to be shocked. Some of them have been in those situations for so long, they don't know any better. They have to get out. They have to remove themselves completely from that situation in order to look back and go, what the hell? I mean, I did that in that situation I was talking about, and I've been in a lot of those situations. This is just one tiny little thing, one little blip on the radar of all the stuff I've been through. But it's like, once you get out of that situation, you're just, all of a sudden, you're just like, what was I thinking? And that right there is you breaking free of the spell that they had you under. So get out of there and help your masculines if you can to get away from those types of situations. Okay, also, no, this divine feminine has given me permission to share this. It's astonishing, absolutely astonishing. So one of her divine masculines just is so in love with her, and he just is I don't know, he just will do anything for her, and they're getting to know each other, and they're having this incredible thing that's blossoming for them. And she goes on his social media, and he's saying to his ex-girlfriend, of course she's going to check up. Everybody checks up to see what they're doing with their exes and stuff. That's totally natural, normal behavior for anybody who's looking to get in a serious relationship, because you don't want to get blindsided and you want to make sure this person is like for real. So she goes to look on his social media, and he says something about, like, he said something to her. He was calling her his love or something. They had taken a picture together, and it just was very sweet and very cute. Something about something my love or whatever, on her social media, on her channel or whatever. And it wasn't on his, but she followed the tag or something. I don't know, but she found this picture of them kind of really being cutesy with each other, and him calling her his love. So she says to him, she says, so what's going on with you and your ex? Are you guys like totally over, or what's going on? Because I just saw this picture, and you guys looked pretty lovey-dovey. and and he was like, no way, no. Oh my gosh, she's like kind of like a thorn in my side, or like said something kind of like she wishes or something. And he's like, no, that's not true, and that's not happening. Now, she and I had pulled cards, and we'd been doing some readings, and the cards had said that whatever was going on, it was fake. And we even pulled that card, whatever you're about to see or hear, it's false news or a misunderstanding. I'll explain later. So I said, he's lying to you about that relationship. And I said, I don't think they have anything. I don't think it's really, I think that I said, I have the weirdest feeling. Like I mentioned the movie Can't Buy Me Love. And I said, you know how that like you see these movies where somebody paid somebody to be their girlfriend or their boyfriend or something for whatever reason, for popularity or whatever it is. I said, I feel like something like that must be going on. That's what it feels like. And she was just like, this is nuts. And she didn't know whether to believe in it or not. And I was like, well, yeah, let's just see how this plays out, kind of thing. And yeah, he totally completely denied it. And then he went on and he had her delete the picture on her social media. Then he puts up another picture of like some flowers, and she said, or yeah, and then she says it. They almost like would say the same things on both of their channels. Like, okay, so here's what you write. This is the script. You say this. And so they would both say like the same thing. And like he sent her flowers apparently like on her channel. And she said, my boyfriend's parents sent me these flowers. Aren't they beautiful or something? And then she went back and edited it. My boyfriend sent me these flowers. Aren't they incredible? And we were just like laughing and watching this, and she's just going, what is he doing? And she just, taking it all in stride and just kind of giggling about it. Like, this is so funny. And at one point, he said something about how he was in another country. And he goes, oh, it's so great to be home, in the country where I'm from, my love, blah, blah, blah. And apparently she never comments on him saying something sweet like that to her, like, oh, the love of my life or whatever. She never says anything to him. But if guys comment like, oh, she's beautiful underneath him, then she'll like or heart what those guys say. So it seems to me like she's trying to get a boyfriend, or she's trying to get somebody jealous, or she's trying to, do something like get a guy. It feels like she's trying to get somebody, or maybe someone specific, or maybe she's just kind of looking for a guy. And since they've broken up, she's just like, well, could you help me out? I have no idea. It's the weirdest thing. But we are laughing our butts off watching the show, and it's very interesting. And then they'll write something and then they'll erase it and I write it back. And the funniest thing was that on that last post about him being in another country or whatnot, is he was right there with her, like in that town. She knew he was there. He wasn't in that other country. He said he was saying that, oh, I'm home in my hometown or whatever. And he wasn't there. He wasn't there. So, and how embarrassing for him, because he's got coworkers and stuff that are on his social media and they can see that he's lying. See, now we're in the new quantum financial system. It's going to get very interesting to see what happens there, And I saw in his cards the whole time that he felt really guilty about people pleasing. So obviously he's doing something that he shouldn't, because he doesn't want to let the manipulative karmic down. But don't worry, he's going to have that same level of not, it won't be people pleasing with you, but it'll still be like that commitment to you and not wanting to leave it, and the stick to itiveness, I guess. He's going to have that same thing for you, divine feminines, that he does with the person that just frankly doesn't deserve it. So, yeah. I thought you guys would get a kick out of that story. And I get to hear it all the time. She's always updating me. And we just laugh and laugh. And she's like, I can't wait to see the explanation. Or they'll delete stuff and then they'll put it back up again. And then just like, it's just the weirdest thing. So I said, yeah, I would not take that very seriously. And sometime when you guys can talk in person, you just have to be honest with him and tell him, you know, I was looking into it because I saw this, that, and the other thing, and boy, it's been really interesting watching the posts that she puts out about you and that you know, the comments that you say and all of that. And she'll have to confront it at some point and just tell him everything she's seen and whatnot, and just kind of chuckle about it with him and be like, "What's going on?" So that he can, you know, it feels like I feel like he's a good person, and he's just like caught up in something really, really quite funny. I can't imagine what he's going through. I kind of wish I was a friend of his and I could just be like, give him a hard time and be like, "Oh my gosh, you have to tell her what's going on. She will understand. You don't." It's just like in the movies, they won't understand. Yes, they will. Masculines do not give their feminines enough credit. Feminines, like, they have a great sense of humor. They totally get it. They know human behavior better than you can possibly imagine. And yeah. So what else? Let me see if there's something I'm forgetting to tell you guys before we get into the readings. Okay, I guess anybody who's new, and who's kind of freshly waking up to what's going on in our world, the main things that you need to understand at this point, I guess, are you should be on Telegram. Definitely get on Telegram. It's an app on your phone. Get on Signal. We are under martial law. We have been for a long time, like I said. But there's going to be a big scary thing that's going to happen. Maybe several big scary things. Our financial system is about to blow up because it's corrupt. Our fiat's not going to be worth anything temporarily. However, the alliance, or the good guys, the white hats behind the scenes, have already put in place the quantum financial system, which is about to kick off as soon as that happens. Or, I mean, I've always felt like it would be a couple days, like 3 days or so. But I mean, for some of you, it might be immediate, and everybody lives in different areas. Who the heck knows? But most of the banks are in on this. And so then we're going to be rolling out Nasara or Jasara. For more on that, you can go to Jasara, GESARA-show.com, I think. And they'll tell you all about what Nasara is. But there's like 600 programs that are going to roll out that are going to be very, very beneficial and abundant for everyone across the whole world. It's really going to bring prices down on everything. All the stuff the nefarious have done, the inflation and the taxes and all that stuff are going to be bye-bye. So everyone's going to get a leg up. Everyone's going to be doing much, much better financially and otherwise. Med beds are going to come out, so we'll be able to just walk. They'll put them in the hospital. I believe they're already putting them, like they're even kicking patients out to bring the med beds in. And they're not allowing, they're not helping anyone unless it's a really critical case or something like that. So if you guys have any reports on that, I would love to hear your comments down below. But that's, you'll learn a lot about that by being parts of groups on Telegram and things. Signal is going to supposedly is still going to work when we go into like a time of blackout, which could mean that, our internets and things don't work because they're going to be going after the bad guys. And I don't know what that means because the bad guys right now aren't really the bad guys. Most of the bad guys have been executed already, and we're going to see film of that coming out in the days to come as proof. But as part of the show, I guess they're going to go arrest the fake bad guys, the pretend bad guys, the ones with the masks and the dummies and not the dummies, but the doubles and things like that are acting like they're stand-ins, I guess. The stand-ins are all going to get arrested, and there's going to be this big thing. But there are some nefarians still out there because I'm still getting black magic. But it's not, it's pretty, it's, well, maybe I'm just that powerful. I don't know, but it's really like a flea jumping on me or something at this point. It's not, I've had a lot worse. So I think the big guns, I think those guys are for the most part totally taken care of and in the control of the alliance at this point. So I don't think there's anything to fear except just taking care of yourself and staying indoors and having food, extra food and water for weeks, just in case. Also, I would advise everybody to have what's called a birdie. This is a birdie. And if you pull this hook out of here, it sounds as loud as a whole house alarm. I mean, the whole neighborhood is going to hear this alarm go off. So you can wear it around your neck. You can have it on your front door, every door. I have one on every doorknob. I have one everywhere. I have one in my car, on front door, back door. I have one on me always. So I think it's a good idea, especially if you're single and you don't have a man around. But even if you do, I suppose it's still a good idea in case you guys get separated or something happens. Yeah, I've got alarms on every single window. I've got guns. I've got like it doesn't hurt to be prepared with, even self-defense, to know self-defense like I do, who I've been trained extensively in self-defense. So I'm protected in any way, shape, or form that could be possible. Black magic is the way that they can get you, though, no matter where you are or what you're doing. So always have really good, healthy spiritual hygiene. So that means keeping your mind clear of negative thinking, okay? Because they will try to get you depressed. They will try to make you sad. They will try to make you feel desperate, afraid, all the negative feelings. That's all negative AI. And you'll know that if you've watched my video, Know Thyself. So please watch that video if you haven't. They will also make you trip. They'll make you choke. They'll try to just cause accidents. They'll cause accidents with your animals. I mean, they try everything and anything. So if you're part of my daily boost, or if you've had readings with me, you can always request the prayer. I have prayers and some things, some tricks up my sleeve that I share with the daily boosters to help protect you from those types of things. I give a lot of black magic advice and tips and tricks in the daily booster videos that I share every week. It's not always about that, but I do share, when I come into new knowledge or anything like that, I share that with you guys, and I repeat things, and I even go into detail about the best way for you to meditate that was downloaded to me. That's very, very, very helpful in quieting your mind. So, and always your best and most important protection is to stay present in the moment. So the gun is more for show. Learn how to use it, though. Get really good at it. So yeah, just be ready in every way, shape, and form. But most of all, do your healing, do your emotional healing, and stay present. Because when it really, really comes down to it, to a moment that really matters, all that's going to matter is the present moment. That's it. It's not going to matter how much money you have. It's not going to matter whether you have a home. It's not going to matter nothing else in this whole world matters except your level of consciousness with God, holding hands with God in the present moment. That's it. So it's the most important thing. It is your ultimate protection, even above a gun or any kind of thing you do otherwise. The other stuff is just for peace of mind. It's your backup. It's your backup. But ultimately, even black magic can't touch you if you're present enough. So, yeah. All right, so let's get some readings, shall we? Mary Magdalene has something to say, but I have a tickle in my throat, so hang on just a minute. Even the tickles in your throat and things like that. Black magic. If you guys can be wise to that, if you guys can understand that, it's not to be afraid of it. It's to really understand yourself better. Because when you are pure love, when you are your true nature, that can't touch you. And that's how much of a grip that they have on us. That we're so much in the past and in the future that we're never in the present moment. So we're always having black magic done to us. But as we go into the 5D, as we keep leveling up and whatnot, then we are going to become impenetrable. then we're going to be getting our superpowers and stuff. And I've been getting some new powers that are really pretty phenomenal. So I'm super excited about that. I'm gonna I'm writing it down to share that with my daily boosters in today's video. So if you guys can look forward to that, those daily boosters. Okay. All right. And for those of you who don't know what the daily boost is, I just felt somebody going, what daily boosters? What? Um, I have 2 memberships with my private membership association. Once you get on the website, first off, when you become a member, you're a general member. There's a home page that gives you updates and things you need to know. And you have access to all my services and products in the store and everything. When you become a daily booster, when you subscribe to the daily boost, that's the next level up. I send you a daily boost of energy. That's why it's called the daily boost, is because I send out energy to you at least once a day, and a lot of times more than that. But I pray for you. I look out for you. I send you telepathic messages to help protect you. I open doors for you. I offer you solutions for things for harmony in your families. So, I mean, you could read the testimonials when you go to sign up for the daily boost. I've got a bunch of testimonials in there. If you want to look in Instagram, and if you just do hashtag Amy Satori testimonials, you can just read endlessly about all the different daily booster testimonials as well as the regular testimonials. So it works great. It works great from what I understand. It's pretty rare that anybody leaves the daily boost. I think I've had it happen twice, and all the time I've had it. So yeah, I think people find, and I think one of the people left because their ego got bruised. I think because I didn't email them back, and it was just that I didn't have the time. And it was such a long email, I wasn't quite sure what order to answer everything in. And so I was kind of putting it off and just being like, oh man, I got to really sit and concentrate when I respond. And before I knew it, that person left. And I was like, well, okay, that just wasn't meant to be. So, yeah, what else? Okay, well, let's see what Mary has to say here. Intimacy. So, into me see. Okay. You may have been emotionally hurt in the past, and as a result, you are now reluctant to share your feelings with others because you fear being hurt again. That's as with everybody. It's understandable that you have placed a protective shield around your heart. However, it's now time to drop the armor because at present it is preventing a worthwhile relationship from forming. There was someone who dearly loves you, and the love this person has for you is real. However, he or she is afraid to reveal their true feelings for fear of rejection. Like you, they also fear being hurt. Trust and share your feelings and experiences openly and honestly, and you'll be amazed at what unfolds. The most intimate relationships are usually formed through tears and laughter, so don't be afraid to express your feelings, fears, and vulnerabilities. The past is now behind you. Release it and embrace the new. Now, this just supports what I was saying earlier about the divine feminines are so much more gracious than the divine masculines can possibly imagine. So they just need to get over that fear and just talk to the divine feminines and just trust them. So I'm going to do a blissing right now to help all the masculines and feminines for that matter. Usually the feminines are the ones that do express themselves, but let's just make it open to anybody who is having trouble right now telling somebody the truth because they're afraid to get hurt. Okay. She na tropo hamahasan sekien hai eke o maana trikin tatai isa. Wa she na trikita tetsa pihu maahe na again. Hola, pohoma trehe na asa se shuae. What'll hurt more is if you don't do anything and your divine feminine starts dating somebody. That's what's going to hurt more. So take the risk and tell this person how you feel about them. And at least it's off your shoulders. At least you'll breathe a sigh of relief that you can move on if need be, or move on with her. But you won't get anywhere unless you actually open your mouth and say something, right? So you really don't want to be that person who goes on social media and finds out that your person that you're most in love with in this world is dating somebody just because you didn't say anything. You know, that's something you're going to have to live with for the rest of your life if that's, if that's you. You don't let that be you. Taipa mo mo shen she na tarahike la san se pie no oha eke. I'm also preparing the feminine's hearts because we also can put up a guard. Like really, a lot of the feminines have been through the ringer with their masculines, just been treated terrible. And because of their level of immaturity or whatever, or the divine masculines falling for the karmic tricks and us being like, what in the world, and having to, have the patience through that and trying to, muddle along with, without them on our side or without them helping us the way we need it and all of that. So I want to do a blissing also for the feminines to put their guard down as well and be able to hear them out and forgive and forget and realize that they had to go through their lessons in order to be the best husbands or suitors or whatever for you, okay? They had to go through that for you to be a better husband or just boyfriend or whatever for you, for your union. Ta'an sa se na asha hohoan. Wapapa na trakitan se ila shon shihi na traki. Whew. Okay. And I do feel we're gonna have a lot of unions happening soon because we're just the energies are supporting people to get real. And when you get real, you go toward your true love. When you start seeing things the way they really are, you start getting duped about everything, you start seeing things that how they really are and taking action based on that only. You really start making some headway and start even going toward your life purpose, and some really powerful things start happening. So I do feel those times are coming. Oh, I just had somebody ask where I got the birdie. I never told them where I got the birdie. You can get them on Amazon. I think they're like $20 each or something on Amazon. So just get these on Amazon. All right. Okay, now I have to go to the bathroom. So hang on a second before I get into this. Okay, there we go. All right. So shall we get to it? I got some little farmer thingies. Farmer in the Dell. Farmer in the Dell. Hi. What you doing, beautiful? Come on up here. Whoop. Hi, honey. Oh, sweetheart. Okay, so we're gonna start with a barn. Okay, so we have order 6136. Dear Amy, I just found out I'm pregnant. Can you tap into my incoming baby and see if they have any messages for me, especially as I navigate pregnancy? It's okay if you mention a gender or a name, as I already feel like I know such things, but I'm open to it all, how it all plays out. Just whatever you feel coming forward. I'm very excited as this has been a journey up to this point. Thank you for all you do. Appreciate you so much. Wow, congratulations. That's exciting. You have a little farm coming, maybe? Okay. So Ah, shashankiri hunaan. Pepe huanaki natsase e shan chepugumaan. Well, I asked if I should tell you what I get for the gender, and I got a yes. And I feel like it's going to be a boy. And if it's not a boy, maybe a girl with a lot of masculine traits, I suppose. But I really do think it's a boy. Um, I feel him really, oh my gosh, it's so cute. I see him like dragging you around even by your finger. And he's gonna have you wrapped around his finger. And I feel like him saying, Mom, look at this, come look at this, and come look at this. And then I found a frog and I saw this and I went there and come check this out. This thing, just constantly wanting to explore his world with you and explain things even to you. Um, very inquisitive, very observative. Observative? Is that a word? Um, saying very excited about everything, like a blade of grass growing. It kind of reminds me of Anastasia because she wakes up every morning and gets so excited about life and goes running out of her cave and looking around for any new little sprouts of grass or anything that's like sprouted up overnight. Um, so hala shishinki na po na aike. He's going to absolutely love animals. Um, he's part of the reason that I had that little visit a minute ago. His spirit was with me. Hapa ashanshi. Tere na on. He's headed this way again. You sweetie. There you go. Okay. Hapa ma ashanshi hilakin. Apo ma anataina. Wow. Okay. So he likes things in order. So I think without even you having to teach him to do this, I feel like he's going to go put things away by himself. Maybe he watches you do that. And so he wants to keep things clean as well. Hepinotrasa-sensei. He's going to love working with colors. So you could use that to your advantage in a sense that like you could use you could have a lot of fun with that, birthday parties and I feel like there's some kind of I don't know what you call it, like a swatch of all these different colors, like in they're like in a circle, and I see them like on a ring. Get him that, whatever that is, or however you can find it. Like color swatches in a circle on a ring that he can flip through. I think they're plastic or something. He will love like taking them and putting them up to the light on a certain day. He'll carry around the yellow one and be like, Mom, look, when you hold up the yellow to the light, it's really pretty. And he'll just stare at it. And then he'll do the same thing with blue another day and then like purple another day. So he's really going to be into colors. You may, yeah, I don't know. I think you'll have a lot of fun with that. If he has a favorite color, I would say that it's well, I'd say dark blue first and then light blue second. And it's kind of an aqua blue. Yeah. Um, is aqua the right word? I think so. I think with like an aqua type blue. Not just like a pale blue versus a dark blue. It's like aqua and then dark blue, both his favorites. Oh, okay. There are going to be a lot of I think he will like if you were to like decorate his room, I think what he would really enjoy and love a lot would be a sea type of a sea type of scene, because for one there are like a million colors in the ocean. So I would just make it a very, very colorful mural. If you're going to make a mural, make it just, or like maybe wallpaper stickers or whatever, like all the different colors. And I think that this particular wall mural that I'm seeing has that like a dolphin in that color of like a vibrant aqua blue. I know this isn't quite the aqua blue, but it's kind of like a real pretty blue like that. Um, or this is kind of this. It's more like I don't know how to here. That's the color. That blue right there. There's gonna be a dolphin with that color blue in the mural. That's the one. That's the one you want to get. And it looks very cartoony, like cute, really cute. Like all the animals in it are smiling, and there's like a crab and coral and all the colors, all the colors. He's just gonna absolutely love it. And there's gonna like be little bubbles that go up to the surface and um, oh, and you're gonna have like a doll. He's gonna love dolphins. So he's gonna have like a dolphin stuffed toy on his bed that he snuggles with. That's gonna be one of his favorite. He's also gonna have like a tan teddy bear that he's gonna love. That has like dark pads on its bottom paws, its back paws. Um, Tara na sa mohoma anakin. Um, this is funny. He's talking about where's my sister? My sister's coming. So he must be intuitive. And I think you're going to have a little girl too. So he's always like getting prepared. He's even going to be like, I see him playing with a crib and putting a little baby in it, saying, "This is my little sister. This is my little sister," like pretending. Because he's like preparing for he almost comes out of the womb ready for his sister to come. He already knows. He already knows she's coming. And my curls just shook when I said that, so she might have curly hair. And he might love that about her. He's just gonna adore her, absolutely love her so much. And I see her cuddling with a cat. I think you guys are gonna get a cat as well. So, and they're gonna both love that cat so much, but it feels like the little girl like sleeps with the cat and stuff. You're gonna get some really precious pictures with that little girl cuddling that cat. And it might be an orange cat, like an orange tabby. They are so sweet. I love orange tabby cats. I don't know why I don't have one. I'm sure I will eventually. um, so what else about him? He likes to be in charge, but in a nice way. Like he would want to be a nice police officer. Um, so he likes to kind of be in charge and do what's right in a way. So he would like to make sure the people are safe and kind of escort them. Oh, he might do that in the future. He might be some type of like an escort bodyguard kind of guy. But he's really spiritual too. He's just I just feel like almost like what we call Secret Service nowadays. I don't think there's going to be Secret Service in the future, but something like them that's in constant communication with important people. I just got prime ministers and stuff like from other countries or whatever, and he's going to be somebody who escorts them around or make sure that they're safe and that they safely get where they're going, almost like a personal assistant, but um, is he an ambassador of some sort? Yeah, maybe he's like an American ambassador and he's kind of gets assigned to ambassadors to help from other countries that to help them feel comfortable here and to get signed up with checked in with their hotel, gets them dinner plans, things like not like a bodyguard, like a real bodyguard, but somebody who just makes them feel really comfortable the whole time they're here. So that's kind of cool. Is there a job description for that or not? Like a job title for that person? I think they're called ambassadors, American ambassadors. So, well, that's pretty awesome. Um, he also really likes putting things together like puzzles and solving problems. Likes getting out in nature and exploring things out there too. He would love to know all the different, you might get him like something where he can study nature and the different types of wild plants and things, like things that, edible plants versus non-edible plants. what certain herbs and things are used for if you find them in the wild, or like any type. He's going to be really into plants, and he'll know a lot about them, and especially like out in the wild, like if he had to survive out in the wild, he would know which plants to eat and which ones not to. And he's gonna, every time you go out on a hike or something, he's gonna tell you everything along the trail. This is this and that is that, and this you don't want to, definitely don't want to eat that one. And this one over here, though, that's a good one, you know. Um okay. I think he's gonna find somebody else, like a woman who, like, I was just kind of looking at him being like a grown up and meeting somebody possibly, or having a family or whatever. And I feel like this woman is a lot like him, and she might even be an ambassador too. She might do his line of work also. So but she seems kind of just as kind of buttoned up and poised. They both have a presence about them, like a regal, noble presence about them. But I feel like when she's hanging out with you guys are just laughing and like letting all that persona go, and just like playing Twister and some funny games and just cracking up and being total goofballs together. So she's going to be a great addition to the family. It'll be like totally having another daughter, only you didn't have to raise her and go through all the hard stuff. Anything else about him while he's growing up, or what does he want to tell her right now? He can't wait to get out of here. He can't wait to break out. He knows he's going to be making a difference in this world, and he wants to get to his job. He also knows that he's a bright light, like his soul. He puts off a lot of light. So he's going to make the mood lighter everywhere he goes, everywhere he's hanging out. It's going to I just thought of a thing I saw on Instagram where this bear was walking along a trail, and he sees like this little orange cone tipped over. So he actually walks over to it, picks it up and sets it back upright and keeps on walking. That's going to be like your son. That's what he's going to, he leaves everywhere better than when he found it. He's going to, everywhere he goes, he's making it better somehow. I feel like he's even going to help you in the kitchen and things like that. I feel like he's even going to be helpful to his sister and be very, very sweet with her. I would definitely listen to him too. He's really intuitive, and I feel like he's going to get premonitions. So if he ever says, "Mom, I don't know if I would take the car down there today," or something like that, I would definitely like listen to him. He knows. I would just be like, when would be a good time to bring my car down? I would go Wednesday. And then you definitely take your car on Wednesday. Hmm. Okay. His giggles chase any kind of dark energy away. Yeah. And he's gonna like water. He's gonna like to go out on the ocean. He would love to go on a sailboat ride sometime. Um, yeah, really, yeah, he's a water boy. But he also loves the wind. I see him standing out in the wind, and his hair kind of flying up in the wind, and him being like, this is my element. Well, that makes perfect sense, because when you're out in a boat, a lot of times there's a lot of wind out there. So, hi, sweetheart. Oh, here it comes again. Oh, here he comes too. Oh, honey, I didn't. I mean, oh. When I said that, he was like, oh. And then he walked away. I think he changed his mind. And hopefully he didn't. Did he get hurt feelings over what I said? Yeah, he did a little bit. I think he realized that I was on video. Sorry, baby. Your animals really do understand you. That's one thing I really want to impress upon you guys. They really do understand you. They get it. They know what's going on. Hang on just a minute. Just had to make sure he didn't have hurt feelings or anything. I went in there and played with him for a bit. We could always use a break when those things happen, you know? So that was fun. All right, so hopefully that helps. Hopefully that's going to be something you can keep forever and always remember. Okay, so 6137 has 2. She gets a pig. That's pretty cute. Okay. Hi, Amy. My cat Scruffy slipped out Labor Day 2022. I have been looking for him ever since. Wow. Scruffy. Question 1, is he still alive? And question 2, would you please send him a calming blissing? There was remodeling going on at the house when I learned I needed an urgent surgery that came as a complete shock. Wow. Scruffy slipped out 2 weeks after the surgery, and a non-neutered bully cat ran him off. He was afraid to return. He was also afraid of a tool I used to put his food dish down post-surgery. There were several people in and out helping. Yeah, so it was probably pretty overwhelming for him. Oh, I'm getting a headache. It was black magic. Dang it. An animal communicator doused 4 maps. There have also been some sightings, but when people see him, he bolts and relocates. I set up trail cams and feeding stations as soon as I get a sighting or map. I believe he's suffering from terrible anxiety and fear of returning home. He keeps moving further away from home when other males show up and claim territory. They show up on the trail cams and claim the food. Oh my gosh. Our house is quiet again. Daily, I send him constant peaceful thoughts and ask my angels to be sure he is fed, watered, sheltered, warm, and safe. That is so sweet of you. Aw. With the blessing, he might begin to remember what to do and make his way home to a kind person. Oh, oh, I love that you've been hanging on to him. Oh, that's so sweet. Ah, okay. Yeah, it was black magic. Um, your sudden surgery, I think, was too, unfortunately, and I'm so sorry, but that's exactly what they do. So, oh, gosh. I'm gonna get the black magic cards for just a minute because we need to get to the bottom of this. Okay. So first, we're gonna find out why. Why did they come after you? Why did they do it, God? Why did they make her go through the accident and chase her cat off? I don't know, not to say. Trying to make you feel depressed and disempowered. Did you feel depressed and disempowered about that? I bet you did. That was their intention. Was afraid of the abundance you have coming. Interesting. It may have even involved dream warfare at that time. Maybe they sent your cat a dream that scared him too. Afraid of what you could do with all that abundance. Um, paid. They paid for it. Okay. Someone who was very upset with you, obviously. They wanted you to want or need them, so maybe knowing that if you had more money, you wouldn't want or need them anymore. Tried attacking those closest to you. How's that for confirmation they went after your cat? Was afraid that you'd go after them, so they tried to get you first. Try to put you on another timeline. You've already taken care of it. Good job. Okay. So let's find out who. We'll get some clues as to who this was. Who was it that attacked her and her cat? in this situation? Who was it that attacked her and the cat? I would say it's definitely somebody who was there for you through that time. Huh. Poltergeist energy caused by oneself. So somehow there was some poltergeist energy. Um, I feel like with that, it may have been like I think I don't have a card for it, but sometimes cats pick up on a lot of energy. They store up energy and then they have a bolt of electricity go run through them and they have to run. I think they used that type of energy. Okay. Someone who's a stalker. So by stalker, sometimes that just means somebody who watches you closely, looks at your phone, sees who is calling you and who's texting you, somebody who just like watches carefully. Some of it was general energy, so it wasn't directed from somebody close to you, but some of those cards indicate that it was. So maybe it was a combination of the two. Maybe there was a general energy about the accident, and maybe it was something specific. I got a specific name. I can't imagine that you know this person. Um, is it somebody who's like this person? Okay, somebody who seems sweet, quirky, kind of maybe ditzy even, really into animals, older than you. Huh. Maybe an entrepreneur, vampire energy. They've been in your home. Hmm. Okay, so I'm not sure if any of that rang a bell. Okay, so now let's clear it. Oh, I just felt like you knew, like you know who this is. Okay. All right. So hopefully that confirms something for you. Don't trust that person. Um, Teresa saying pretending to be sweet, pretending to be real sweet, I got. Teresa saying na pohamaan. They're gone. They're not necessarily in your life as much now, but they do plan to come back around full circle. Um, so I would just have really good boundaries with that person. I wouldn't even let them in my life. Once somebody does black magic to me, they're done. I won't have them back in my life again. Um, well, I suppose if they were incredibly apologetic and I felt their sincerity and I didn't get any more black magic from them anymore, I probably would be all right with it. If I felt like it was totally sincere and if I knew for sure that they were converted over to good, because I do believe in second chances. Hatana sa sehin na wai e shishempe humaan. Tara hisan seen. Oh, okay. So I want to get them out of your energy or what happened or the incident out of your energy, and then I want to get it out of your cat's energy too. I do feel he's still alive. Okay. Hala shashin na woha ken se simpe human. Hara 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 haike. Woha hiken. Woha ashenche. Tritite se sen chukutotren da tetetan tatera prapatitum da chechen chikitina. So I'm like kind of smudging your environment and clearing it of all of that history and the black magic energy. And I'm using my new ability that I'm not necessarily telling you guys about. I'm telling the daily boosters for now, but I might talk about it in the future. But Tarasa sekita no tuta maana chechen chikiti non he na atake na ai wa she kititra no tuta tana tari na take wa she na haike. La sa sento rotto rantratratigen. O je bo bo puro puro tutsa za Toro sa hai e na train. Wow, I feel like that feels so much better. Okay. They just said speedy, like a speedy recovery as well. Like you feeling like you've got your life back and feeling confident and really good. We got med beds coming out too. So if you have any, scars or anything left over from that or anything that you can become whole again. You can go back to how you were before the accident. And I'm allowing your cat to I've been allowing your cat to look at what I'm doing, and to see the atmosphere and see that it's been cleared also. And I'm going to explain to your cat exactly what I just saw and show him a bunch of images. And I'm going to let him know how much you miss him and how much you love him and how you would love to have him back. And you would really love to take good care of him and that you don't have that creepy stuff and creepy people around anymore. I just said that plural, so maybe there's more than one person that was wishing you harm. Black magic doesn't necessarily it's not necessarily somebody who's sitting around a candle and wishing ill will on you or chanting something or doing anything like that, although that's way more common than people know. It could be just somebody being so upset or so like, I am not about to lose control over this person, so I'm going to manipulate, or I'm going to do this or that or the other thing, or or just having just their willpower, just feeling strongly like you are not about to leave my life. Just not like planning and plotting it, but the energy of it is like the universe, the nefarious energy of the new universe just kind of whipping something up to supply that. Terasas and Pihumaan. So you got to be really, really careful what you think about and what you really, put a lot of attention on. Vengeance and hostility and anger and all that kind of stuff produces a lot of loosh, and which is negative energy that the Nefarians feed off of. But it also produces more and more loosh because that what you put your attention on becomes more and more and more. Terasa seke tanana tehina ho ashe. And now I've cleared the slate completely of any kind of bad people and made it really tough for them to get back into your environment, into your home, or into your life. Talking to your cat again. He's like, what, really? I don't know why he's acting like it. That's a surprise because I'm sure the people you've dealt with have probably also said that to him. So let me keep talking to him. He does remember where the house is. Yeah, now he's showing me a cat peeing. So yeah, he smells the other cat. I wonder, do you have anything of his that has his odor on it? Like any of his toys that he loves? Because I just feel like maybe he's putting some of his toys out in the yard near the front walkway, or like right around the front entrance area, putting some of his toys around that area. Would like welcome him back in and give him like, okay, I do have some authority here in this situation, and I'm going to tell him that here too. I'm saying these tomcats or whatever are only doing that because you're not there. So they think that they are just going to, take charge of that territory, that it's theirs. But if you come back and you inhabit the house on a regular basis, you go back in and you get your footprint all over that house again, then that's going to be your territory. It also would be helpful, and I know this sounds really bizarre, but for you to pee in a glass jar and pour your pee outside the door, like if you have a porch and some stairs that go down, I would put the pee like around the bottom of the stairs. Just kind of like letting those alley cats know that you're actually the one that's in charge, not them. And kind of like with the intention of letting the alley cats know, like, this is my property, not yours. Tarasasen shihina again. And I would do that the front door and the back door. And also he'll smell your scent and he'll be feeling also another way of like inviting him in. Tara sa si pion hona shen che he la kidi tena sa pion high end. Tona shen chikining tata and sanse. If you see one of those cats out there rubbing on something or peeing on something or doing whatever, that's where you want to go put your pee too. Like if you see them always like spraying on a certain bush or spraying on whatever you see, wherever you see the cat a lot, I would definitely put some of your urine there. Tara sa sikin siya siya na po humaan at hina ay toro sa siya na hain. I don't know if he was strictly indoor or what, but it might be good to either keep him completely indoor if he comes back and or have like a cat enclosure so he can't get out of that into the yard. But that area in the enclosure and in the house would just smell completely, totally of him, and the alley cats would know, don't come near this. Pero so say she no puha again. Or you could always if you walk him around with a leash or in harness, they would smell him through his scent glands on his feet, and they would know that that's his territory as well. Walk him up and down the sidewalk, train him to do up and down the sidewalk around the yard, like just take him around all around your yard. And that should drive off some of those alley cats too. He wants to come back. Pippi, he said he will come back. Not shishin tarihi, I say. Okay, so now I've got to deal with the black magic that was aimed at him and made him run and be as afraid. I got to explain some things to him for a minute. It might take a second here. Ala shushumpa ma'an drakihin sa se he ala osha shen chikina train. Osha sen se he na akehen. Oha'an. Ala kapo ma'ana chishin chehin. Tara hisa se pena na tara na aken. Chichin che e po ma'ana taiken. Waha ala ana ha shen. Ala kepia hena tara hisa se pena. Shishin chehin. Turutsu sensei hina traki hina anchenche wa ai la an la sase ho na an tse se she he la ke ona tain buan wa en terasa senche chen ha ke to la I wouldn't hang on a minute. That cat food has kind of been drawing the alley cats in. So he does get food elsewhere as well. So, but he wants to be with you. So when might he try to come back home? I feel like he's like on his way now or wants to. He might have shown up by the time you see this video. Turosasi datehiken haipen. Doi shin chikina tatina on. Alasa sen shishihi ki by night. Yeah, it's hard for him to know, like to be able to, he can't bark. So it's tough for him to, with that smell around, it's really hard for him to know like how to come let you know that he's there. I'm letting him know that he can meow really loud though. Like if there aren't any cats around, that's his opportunity. They can actually tell when the cat's there and when it's not there by the scent as well. So I'm telling him that. And I'm saying at a time when he's not around, run to the door and meow like crazy during the day when you're awake. And I'm also seeing like I don't know if it's a sliding glass door or something in the back of the house that feels like a window that's more opportune. Like you would definitely see him if he went up to that back window or whatever, or like yeah, it looks like a sliding glass door or something. So I'm telling him go there and make a racket and walk back and forth and be seen. Tara sa sishin shi da trona ain. Yeah. Let me pull some cards on that as well. Is Scruffy going to go back to his owner? I just got a yes. Is Scruffy going to go back home? Have I adequately cleared him? Yes. He's trying to get the strength up to do it. But yes, he's going to come back and come talk to you. He's planning on how to do it. Like he's trying to figure it out right now. He's trying to overcome feeling like a victim. Oh, sweetie. He's looking at all his different options. So it sounds like he's listening to me. He's going to lay down the burden. And he's going to go be with his empress. Somebody he feels like is a dream come true. That's his goal, is to get back to you. And he's going to say something or do something really sweet to get back into your life. That is so beautiful. Yes, and he's been even spying on you. Just been afraid to come too close. So, yeah, and I'm going to let him know you give him full permission to come back into his life and that you're not going to be upset at all. He's like so relieved and so happy to hear that. And I just said she's not been giving that food to those bully cats at all. She's been doing that to entice you to come back home. He's like, oh, I was so confused. She's gonna stop putting that food out there because she doesn't want to bring them around anymore. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So that means you go to her house, the house where you used to live, to go get food now. Okay. Okay. Don't waste any more time. You just get right home, all right? As quick as you can. It may take him up to 3 days. He's wondering, let me figure this out, because now he's used to being outside. Are you going to be okay being inside all the time now? Protected? Yes. Yes, he very much likes that idea. Okay, good. All right. I guess we're good. That was fun. That was kind of neat. Okay. All right. So, I hope that was helpful. All right, let's take the little piggyback. Now we've got 6138. Let's see, let's get a thingy first. Oh, you got a little chicken. Well, you can't see those very well, can you? No, you're not going to see it very well. If you want to, I feel like you'd want to see it. There. Kind of see it better. All right. Qigong. All right, 6138. After receiving information on Jasara and Nasara, what does my son think now? And will he be on board to help and participate? I do get a yes. Let's confirm that with the cards. I like to do that just to make sure that, you're not just believing me, but there's like double confirmation. Wow. You might want to send him to the website that I referenced earlier in this video. It's Gesara, GESARA-show.com. And it spells out what Gesara is and what it's supposed to do for everybody. He's talking to people about it. Other people, trying to get information. Hopefully you've told him not to go through conventional channels. Like, don't look it up on Google. Any of you who are new to waking up, do not look things up on Google or YouTube, all the normal ways. You can go to duckduckgo.com, go to rumble.com. You have to go to like alternative places to get the real scoop on what's going on with stuff, because most people don't have a clue what's going on. I call them the back channels, like in back of everybody, like behind the scenes, back channels. So that's why it's good to join Signal or Telegram, is because most people who are on there know what's going on. You can at least ask your friends questions or something like that. So tell me about her son learning about Jasara, please. Oh, he feels like it's going to be a brand new beginning and he wants to take a leap of faith. Oh my gosh. He wants to go to the next level with you, and he wants he wants to have that victory with you, and this is like building a harmonious community. This is amazing, and he's thinking of you. He might even be remembering a past life when something similar happened, I suppose. Like he knows when times have been good. But this is also like building rapport and feeling friendly with someone and feeling really good about them. Secrets coming out. So he may feel it intuitively, but he may be also researching and looking into information that's kind of hidden, and he wants to give back to you somehow. He wants to maybe even look into it more for you and do research for you to kind of look after you as well. And he's brokenhearted. Maybe he's brokenhearted about how he's behaved so far. Making some kind of major decision to be strong and have the end of a difficult period. And he may even be heartbroken that he's kind of betrayed you or turned his back on you in some way. So now he's ready to get vulnerable. And the angels are encouraging him to be strong and to do the right thing and look at that, put an end to this difficult period of betraying you and have a new happy family on the horizon and have wish fulfillment. Aw, and celebrate. He believes it. He knows he's going to have to walk away from some bad things and do some major healing, but he knows he's going to be sitting on a pile of cash and he's going to be apologizing to you, and he's going to have some regret and mental conflict over how he used to behave, holding back before. He's going to be shocked over something coming up here that he's going to research and find out. And then he'll say something sweet to you to let you know that he's been doing all of that. So, and the EBS is supposed to go off anytime. We don't know when that's going to be, but maybe that's a contributor to that shock he has. So, well, that's exciting. I'm glad. Look at that, going forward very quickly with lots of communication and projects and work and, just a lot of inspired, creative energy and activity. These are some really exciting times. Oh, look at that. That's confirmation of the EBS, you guys. And that other card, the Eight of Wands I just showed you with the lots of communication and all that, it could actually be talking about like the EBS as well, communication. Shocking communication in our world, because you even had the world card in there too. Yeah, right. Justice is going to happen. So, and it may be law, it may be martial law, EBS and all that. So he's glad that you told him beforehand though, because otherwise it's like almost too shocking. And yes, that's true. And he does know it to be true. Wow. One more card. Yeah, he wants to lay the burden down once and for all. He's looking forward to healing. You must have told him about the med beds and stuff. He's looking forward to that healing. Yep. He knows you're about to sit on a pile of money. We all are going to be in one shape or form or another. There's many different ways that people are going to really prosper in these times. So everyone's going to be sitting pretty. Okay. I guess that's it, guys. Yeah, what a day, huh? All right, so one more we're going to do an apple tree for the blissing. So everyone just relax, and as long as it's with honoring everybody's free will and it's for the best good of everybody involved, I will amplify whatever your intentions are. Turasa senche elohuana ake pua maatan se ho oke e shenche wana ala pua heke e lo so sense pu a e. Turutan tatarihinaan. Okay, so if you want to ask a question for next week's Ask Amy Q&A, you want to become a member of my private membership association, awakenedalliance.org. Go over to my services, click on Ask Amy Q&A, and then you can order. It's $33 per question. So go ahead and enter in the amount of however many questions you want to ask. And a little text box pops up for you to put your questions in and submit it. And as long as you get it into me before Monday morning in America, then you will get it. You will get in by Thursday. And if for some reason there's some kind of delay and I'm able to do it, because who knows if our internet's not going to be working at some point, but I will try to update you on the Asking Me Q&A portion of the services area if there's ever a week that I'm not going to be able to do it or something like that happens, so that you have a heads up. I'll do my very best to make sure that happens so that you know when it's going to come out or whatever. Okay, guys, have a wonderful weekend. Thank you to those of you who are in the chat chatting with me on these premieres. Love you guys. Sending you a big giant hug, and I'm here for you as always. And I am available for private remote readings, 20 minutes or 45 minutes, and video readings right now. So if you want to order those, you may. And much love to you. All right, bye.